Wake up, sleepyheads. I'm the Sandman.
And I'm Scarecrow.
And we're R-rated. Today on Keeping It Real, we're continuing our countdown to 13 weeks of Halloween with the 1954 Universal's Creature from the Black Lagoon.
So guys, this might be one of your new favorites. So let's get right into it.
So today, we're reviewing 1954's Creature from the Black Lagoon. It's one of my favorite of the black and whites. It is part of the Universal Monster Classics, even though it came out 23 years after Dracula had first started. 10 years after the Wolfman.
It's a whole new era.
Yeah, it's a whole new thing. It's the story of these scientists who discover this fossilized hand from a new species, an undiscovered species in the Amazon. He goes to get help from some of his colleagues that he's known before, worked with, maybe taught him. He doesn't really go into detail of that.
He does. He does say,
when you first came to me, yes, he does.
You're different. You haven't changed since I taught you.
Yeah, that is right. It does. Yeah. So he did teach him. He goes and gets help from them and their boss, and they go in search of some more fossils. But what they discover, I'll get that straight in a moment. What they discover is that their camp has been attacked.
Yeah.
And they still dig. They don't worry enough about the dead bodies.
Yeah. For a second they were, and they was like, "Kay, where you at?" I mean, she's right there where you left her, but
yeah. And then they forget about these things. We see the hand for the first time. I mean, this early on, but we don't see the whole creature.
Yeah.
And they dig for, I think he said, it's been 8 days. Mark does a little bit later. Said it's been 8 days. So they come with this. Maybe it'll deposit farther downstream. And what's his name? Lucas, the boat captain, says, there is a lagoon. It's apparently people speak of it and how beautiful it is, but yet. Says no one's ever been.
No one's
came back, but they talked about it. So they decide to go there and see what they can find, and that is where they run up on the creature.
Yeah. So to me, this feels like it played a huge part on the Anaconda series. I mean, pretty much the same plot. These people are going through the swamp on a boat, and they come into some kind of new creature. This is the fish man, Gill man, and then Anaconda.
I'd never even considered that.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much felt like the same movie.
Yeah, you even had Dave, who was the boss. He was kind of, hardcore. He wanted to do this, he wanted to kill and everything. That kind of reminded me of
and the boat captain, both.
Yeah.
The comedic person.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I was saying, I'm kind of upset we waited so long to review this because I loved it.
We actually probably should have done it, earlier, but I went where it's one of the later ones and.
Yeah. Like
it's
said,
one of the most well known also.
So the fact that it's in the 50s, not the 30s, the humor is different. Like when we first meet Dave, who is the protagonist in this film, him and Kay, who's his love interest, who by far has more talent than the other the dames, and I'm just gonna say dames because it's a 50 movie, in the other films, and to me would hold up quite nicely, character wise. Like, she didn't need Dave, which Dave was, I liked him far less than I liked her.
I did not like Dave. I mean, when I looked at him and I looked at Mark, who was actually ended up being kind of the bad guy, sort of speak. It wasn't so much Gill Man, it was more of him.
Yeah.
And I thought that Mark, the guy that played Mark, would have been a much better character.
Yeah. Mark, he was great. But like I was saying, the humor was different when you first meet Dave. At first it seemed like he was going to be somewhat humorous. The Dr. Williams, he asked Dave, why have you two been married? And I mean,
wait till she gets her promotion so she can afford me.
Yeah.
But we find out it's only been 6 months. Also.
Yeah, 6 months. Like, one thing I hate about movies and shows, if they don't build up on that relationship throughout the movie, which it was pretty much him let me have his shoulder while I take my clothes off.
Yeah. It was actually building more with her with the.
They could have left the relationship out and then.
It did. They could have left not Dave but Mark out. No, with Dave out.
Dave out.
Yeah,
and they've been the same film.
I mean, she was needed. She was necessary for it. Yeah. As I said, I was telling the story. They come to this lagoon and they decide that Dave and Mark, the two main guys, they jump into the water, put on some diving equipment, go look around, take pictures, and pull up some rocks. When they get back up, Kay decides while they're down checking the rocks, she's gonna go swimming.
Yeah,
even for the 50s, she has a decent body. She's swimming around. This is where we first get our first view of the creature, which is, I mean, He could stand up to anything today.
Yeah, like
they would try to do CGI, but
they did an amazing job. Like when he's outside of the water, he's constantly
gills and his mouth, his thing swelling up. And I love when he's under the water when she jumps in the lagoon while they're checking the rocks. He swims, she's here swimming and he's up on her, and she can't see him, of course, but he's like playing with her, toying with her, he touches her things. And then that's when they come out and get her.
And he was a very talented swimmer.
Oh, very, very. I mean, that suit was, I'm not for sure now, I can't recall, but I think it was over 100 pounds or around it.
Yeah.
And he carried her once in the thing.
Like, I don't know how much his acting ability actually helped with, like, all the breathing and stuff, but if that was all him, he did an amazing job.
Since we're talking about the suit and all this and the prosthetics and everything, maybe we should go to a fun fact.
Sounds great. Go ahead, Maxine.
Fun fact. Jenny Clark from the University of Cambridge discovered the remnants of an amphibian fossil found in what was once a swamp and gave it the name that literally means creature from Black Lagoon. The Creature from Black Lagoon is also the first film which Stephen King can remember seeing.
And that truly was a fun fact, brought to you by J&H Productions. And guys, picking up from where we left off, whenever
she's swimming while they're testing the rocks, we get the first glimpse of the Gill Man.
Yeah, the Gill Man.
And the full costume, which, as we said, is great.
Yeah, to me, it's far better than the Frankenstein, Wolfman, all their costumes.
Yeah, that's true. My second favorite one though was actually Frankenstein.
Really, I was kind of thinking maybe Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, his was really well done.
But his was like basic but done great.
Yeah. Well, Frankenstein, he's not a lot either. But to me, it's when I think Frankenstein, as me and Retro spoke about.
Yeah,
I think of that Frankenstein.
You think of that Frankenstein.
And no one's ever tried to imitate the Gill Man. I mean, you've had in Hellboy and stuff. But
like it'd be kind of hard though.
Yeah, could.
Can you imagine going to like Comic-Con and seeing somebody dressed as Gill Man? My goodness.
Yeah,
do they have like judges there? Gill Man win it.
Yeah, hands down. Yeah, but back to the stories we say and run down the story. Kay swimming. We see the first of the Gill Man. He's playing around. It doesn't say show like give any indication he wants to harm her.
Yeah.
He's more of like fascinated. Like, hey, I'm the last of my species. I'm a male. We don't know how long he's been there. I've been here for 100 years. This is a female. I don't care if she's a chicken or what. She looks hot.
Yeah, the other one we do learn that it was fossil, so it has been a while.
Yeah. They never give any other indication. There's second and third part that there's ever any more.
Yeah. So the party doesn't quite learn what it is in this water yet, but they do learn when he gets captured in the net that something big.
Yeah, they see his nail breaks off.
His nail breaks off.
So then they decide that we're going to find out what this is.
Yeah.
They jump down with the camera, and Dave takes his. He does a kind of harpoon. What do you call it?
Mark takes his
blowgun.
Yeah, I don't want to say blowgun.
He does a kind of harpoon.
He did. I think he may call it a harpoon.
Okay. Well, he takes it with him, and he's decided to kill it while Mark wants to try to capture it.
Yeah, like that's his plan from the start is to kill this thing, or Mark's plan.
Yeah.
Dave tells him it'd be so much better refined if we keep him alive. We learn so much more about it.
Yeah, and that was in a different day and age. So killing things was actually when I was growing up. Everyone wanted to kill everything they didn't know, but it does make more sense to try and to capture it alive. You show this thing off. But they needed to do that for the movie so they could have confrontation between Dave and Mark.
Oh my gosh, I hated Dave. Like, here in just a minute, one of the workers gets killed, and it's all Dave's fault.
Yeah, but it never makes any mention of it, or
Like, they actually say, "Oh, it's nobody's fault. It's Dave's. It's obviously Dave's."
They don't want to blame Dave for anything.
Yeah.
Damn you, Dave!
Yeah, I mean, it was by far he was the golden boy of science. Like everybody knew about him.
Loved him. Yeah. Didn't no wrong. But I mean, really, I looked at his face and I'm like, this is not a hero.
He looked so much older.
And he did, and he looked weird. And I'm like, this is a villain's face. It's not a hero face.
Yeah, I totally agree.
But they want him to be the villain, the hero. So he's the one trying to keep the creature alive while Mark's wanting to kill it. So they do go down. Mark does shoot it with his harpoon. It does get away, and he comes back up and is like, Dave, you hadn't stopped me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So this goes back and forth for a little bit before Lucas comes up with
some kind of powder that knocks out fish under the water.
I can't think of it.
So they actually use this powder to try to knock out Gill Man, but it doesn't go deep enough. So they decide to tie it to what looks like rocks. Don't know where they got the rocks from. I guess from the fossils they tried to gather, which I don't know why they'd waste them. And it actually kind of works. He actually shows his presence. And this is where they capture him. You know, they knock him out and they capture him. And this is where he kills the guy, the one that Dave was fought for. Remember, the guy's like, oh, that was my brother. He put him underwater.
Yeah, let's see. When is that? That's not when they first captured him, is it? It is, isn't it? So he comes up. That's after they see the fossil before they try to get him the first time.
Right, yeah.
He comes
get
up.
the rocks.
Yeah, and they get him. Then they get the rocks. Then they go trekking to the beach where he's kind of groggy, and the guy's brother gets killed there.
Yeah.
You know, there's already 4 deaths in this one. 5?
There's 5 total.
5 total. There's more deaths in this than they are in the other ones.
There's actually more deaths than there are people surviving at the end.
But I can't remember. And something that's got an awe at the end of it does take effect after he kills this one guy, and so they do capture him, take him back to the boat, which was a mistake. Because they put some bamboo on him, and wasn't bamboo. They probably call him cane pole. I call it bamboo.
Yeah, and this is where Dave is like, "Hey, why I leave now? Let's go explore. There's so much hidden here." And this, he loves underwater. Like he sees underwater life as different planets.
Well, I'm not going to mention right here. I'm going to let you run through the thing, and I was going to make mention of something with that.
So while they go and they're exploring, the Deal Man actually escapes while Kay is talking to this other doctor and attacks him, and he actually scratches his face pretty bad. You see it for a short second.
Is his name Alan?
Like the doctor's names, to me, they wasn't mentioned hardly ever.
Which he wasn't in there much.
Yeah. So you see for a second, they actually did a great job with the scratches on the face before they bandage him up. And he spends the rest of his time laid up in bed.
He can't even talk. He sees a hand reaching through the window.
Yeah. So, as this goes along, you learn that Mark has a thing for Kay.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I hope you care for me.
Yeah,
Mark,
so that kind of festers throughout the whole thing to where Dave and Mark are just at odds.
It's all over, girl.
Yeah, so they get into
breaking
a
fist up the Beatles.
Yeah, they get into a fist fight because Deal Man.
Would you call that a fight?
Oh yeah, but I mean the reason I mentioned this because that doctor's just sitting there staring all the time.
Oh, you're trying to get their attention. You look at Deal Man's hands through the window.
But Deal Man cuts a tree down and keeps him from being able to escape.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna say he cuts it down. It could be our water dragged it over there.
Right, but it's a fairly large tree.
I definitely cuts it.
Yeah.
He was a chainsaw.
Yeah, they would have heard that. But this is where Mark and him get into the fight because Dave plans on swimming under and freeing the tree.
Mark wants to go. Dave doesn't want him to go.
Yeah, because Mark, like I said, I have to shoot this thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Dave. If Dave does go in without Mark, how he hits him and blah blah blah. One hit is all it is. But if it hadn't been for Mark who put on his thing and came down, himself on his own accord when he wasn't wanted, Dave would have been killed. He actually saves Dave's life.
But he also shot a few harpoons at Dave, but missed.
Well, that's beside the point. he ends up saving his life and loses his own life. He's a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a hero. The all-American hero. The blonde hair,
the funny thing about this, whenever he was drowning, as he was floating to the top, supposedly dead, you see bubbles coming out of his mouth.
That was his last share.
Yeah. So Mark is dead now. Nobody cries for him, even though I think him and Kay might have had something at one point.
Yeah.
Not a single tear. Probably longer than 6 months.
You think about this whole thing's over a girl.
Yeah.
Dave has her. Mark wants her. Gilman wants her.
Gilman wants her. Yeah. This is our first. I don't like saying love triangle because I imagine love triangle will be Gilman likes Dave. Dave likes.
Gilman likes Mark. Mark likes Kay. Kay likes Dave. Because Dave does like Gilman.
True. So at this point, Dave was like, let's just get out of here. I don't care about any findings. And he also comes to the point where I'm killing the thing.
Yeah.
And this is right when Dealman actually takes Kay.
Yeah, he does. He gets it while they're getting the tree out of the way, and
they've
removed the tree with the winch, and then as they're everything's ready, they're ready to leave. Gill Man sneaks aboard and grabs her and jerks over her.
Yeah.
And then they go and chase him down and find him in his lair.
With guns this time.
Yeah, with gun and not just one shot. What, 4, 5, 6 shots.
Yeah.
Looks like one's at the head. You see through here, one right above the heart, and he's still going.
Yeah.
That's what I spoke about earlier. He seems to be tougher than Frankenstein.
Yeah, he picks up Dave.
Oh yes. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And you see, he'd have no problem pulling the basketball either.
Yeah, he had huge hands, and he had like 7 knuckles per finger. It looked like not quite that many.
Yeah, no, not that many. But I'd say probably good 4.
Yeah, and the bullets actually killed Gilman to where it's probably the best death scene. Yeah,
in any of those.
Like he's swimming.
Frankenstein, he burns. Dracula, you don't see him. The mummy is just pathetic, as we spoke about.
Yeah.
But you see him.
This is the only death we actually see.
And they do it superbly.
Besides,
even underwater.
Yeah, he's not swimming, and in the same shot, he just.
Yeah, just kind of like he's. You can tell he's dying. You tell like he's sideways. You can tell he's actually dying while he's doing it. It's like his death throes.
Yeah.
He does, and then here's like a cliff under the water, and he does it, and he makes it. And he just floats down. But as strong as he is, we find out later he's not dead in part 2 and 3.
Spoiler alert, I've not watched them.
You probably don't want to.
Yeah, you used to tell me a few things about it. Yeah. So, what do you rate this film?
It's a sweet game. It's a wet dream. No doubt, it is a wet dream.
Guys, that's his best rating. I'd give it a 9.
9? It is really great.
Yeah.
One thing I want to speak about that made me love this movie, for any space, fans out there, it's not sci-fi. It's a monster. I don't know if you want to consider it horror, but as I watch this all the time, I'm like, this is like outer space, but it's inner space. You have a space movie, everything's cold, dark, and you can't scream. There's no air. You're all alone in this big thing. Well, down here, you're in the water. It's cold. It's dark. You're all alone.
Yeah.
You can't scream. You're basically floating like you do in space in this water. And here's this green little big alien monster. To me, it's like a space movie underwater. I love it.
Yeah. Out of all the horror movies we've watched, even though I can't say this being possible, is the most probable.
You're not going to bring the dead back live. No vampires, no real wolfman, no mummies, no actual transformations. Your mind can do a Jekyll and Hyde.
Ideas.
Yeah, the Phantom. Yeah. And you have Jekyll and Hyde. Jekyll. I'm saying it wrong now. Jekyll and Hyde, where you could have split personalities, but you wouldn't actually transform that much. There have been cases where they say you can kind of transform, little probably posture and stuff.
So, guys, can this movie dethrone Frankenstein?
It's possible.
It is possible, and pretty likely, depending on how retro.
Depending on retro, this may be the #1 movie.
Yeah, this might be the Frankenstein Slayer.
Because
which is going to be my new name.
Because Slayer. Because I did know for me, I told you about you earlier. I said, I told you what my favorite 3 would be.
Yeah.
I said Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Creature from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, mine's Dracula, Creature, and Jekyll.
So see, I think that me and Retro will probably give Frankenstein their 10s. Yeah. Me and you will probably give Creature both 9s.
I give Frankenstein a 5.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's putting it 2 behind Frankenstein, but now it goes where you put Frankenstein. You might, like you said, give it 5.
Yeah.
And where Retro puts the Creature, if he likes the Creature at a 2, it's a tie.
Yeah.
What'd you say, a 5? If he likes the Creature at a 3, it's a tie. If he likes that 2, it's not. But I don't think it's going to be that.
Yeah. I don't think either. I think Mummy's gonna be like dead last. But guys, comment down below, what order do you rank these? Because I really want to know. Like, do you think Dracula or Frankenstein or Wolfman should be the top?
Who's your favorite monster?
Yeah, who's your favorite monster? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Also, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button because we're reviewing every week. Yeah. Along with some short films we got coming up. I don't go into too much detail on that, but it's got me excited. It's got him excited.
I can just tell you they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're going to blow your mind. If you haven't watched Overkill yet, that's something you should watch.
We're bringing them big screen to the really, really small screen.
Yeah. Yeah, on your phone. Yeah. That's a small screen.
Yeah, in your bathroom while you're pooping. So, guys, hit the comment down. Hit the bell so you're the first to know exactly when we upload. And, guys, I'm Scarecrow.
I'm the Sandman.
This is Keeping It Real, so let's keep it real.
We'll see you in your dreams.